Please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to the. Please subscribe.
All right, let's welcome you to yet again another edition of the MOS. That is the Madiba official show. We are seated to come with the latest edition of the Madiba official show. Please, if you've not already subscribed, kindly do us a favor by clicking on that subscribe button over there. And after you are done, please help us by turning on the post notification button for videos like this and many more. And anytime we upload a video, you'll be one of the few people to be notified as soon as the video has been uploaded on this great channel of ours. Thank you for making us who we are. We are starting today's stories from the camp of the Porcupine Warriors, and just this week they played against Bechem United in the MTN FA Cup. It was a midweek game in which they won the game on penalties after the 90-minute scoreline was 2-2. Kotoko took a 2-goal lead from Stephen Desemukwala, Isaac Nyako, and that is Kofi Agwesima getting the equalizer for Bechem United. So it was Francis Chenrada that got the equalizer for Bechem United. After the game, Kotoko today have posted the amount of monies that they got from the virtual seed challenge, and it goes as follows. From the club mobile account, through the club mobile account, Kotoko got a sum of 1,139.50 cedis from the club mobile account, and from the Kuma Pim group they also accrued 2,000 Ghana cedis. The Loyal Red Army accrued 1,800 cedis. Kotoko Ultras brought forth 1,000 cedis. VVIP Fabulous Project Group also brought 1,000 cedis. We talk about Asante Kotoko also brought about 530 Ghana cedis. Young Porcupines 400 cedis, and the Great Fabulous Group the amount was 250 cedis in total. The amount of monies that Kotoko got from the virtual sea challenge was 8,119.506. So that's the amount of monies that Kotoko accrued from the virtual seed challenge. Yesterday, the world of football didn't hear good news because the player that was the first superstar, a player that redefined how football is seen, a player that was at a time that for me he appeared too early, because he appeared at a time in which social media wasn't there, but he was able to sell the spotlight to himself. He was able to stop a war from happening in Nigeria. It tells the kind of player that he was, scoring over 1,281 career goals, 77 goals for Brazil, winning 3 World Cups in 4 appearances. And as a matter of fact, the only one time that he didn't win the World Cup was when he was injured for vast majority of the tournament. That was the 1966 World Cup. He won the 58 World Cup, 62, and 1970. It was only the one that was played in England that he couldn't win. And the player, as you know already, is Edison Arantes de Nascimento. On the 22nd day of that is February 1969, he came to Ghana to play a friendly game with his club side Santos FC, in which that game ended with Hadofo scoring 2 and Santos also scoring 2. Yesterday, upon his demise, the Hadofo has taken to their Twitter account to tweet about the demise of the great man of football, a man with God-given football talent. One of the names that will forever remain in our memories. Indeed, we still cherish the moment he and his Santos FC side played against our dear club, House of Folk, here in Ghana in February 1969. And the caption is Pele Rest. That according to House of Folk Twitter accounts. So they are also showing and bringing out their condolences to the family of the great man Edison Arantes de Nascimento, popularly known as Pele. How the folk will be playing against Bechem United at the Cape Coast Stadium, and the amount that they will be taking as a gate fees have been released, and the rates are as follows. The game was supposed to be played at the Accra Sports Stadium, and because of the ongoing entertainment that's going on in the Accra Sports Stadium, it has been changed from the Sports Stadium to Entertainment Stadium. And with the likes of Shetawale, Medical, and the likes have been hiring for their entertainment activities. As a result, this game will be played at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium, and the rates are as follows. So if you are in Ghana and you want to go and watch the game at Cape Coast, the amount that they will charging for that game are as follows. The popular stand will be 10 cedis. VIP will be going for 20 cedis, and a VVIP will be going for that is 50 cedis. So that's the amount of money that the folk will be charging for the game that they will be playing against Beche United at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium. Still in the camp of other folk has given a shirt to the U.S. ambassador to Ghana. The U.S. ambassador to Ghana, who is in the person of Her Excellency Virginia Palmer. Her Excellency Virginia Palmer was presented with a Heart of Folk jersey, and the delegation that took the jersey to her was led by His Honor, His Royal Majesty. His Royal Majesty. I was about changing his title. His Royal Majesty Tobe Afede the 16th. He was the one who led that delegation to the U.S. Embassy to present the other folk jersey to Her Majesty, that is Virginia E. Palmer. And if you can't remember, other folk has a partnership agreement with Major League Soccer franchise FC Cincinnati. So because of that, they are trying to build a good repartage between them and also the U.S. Embassy. That's why they took that jersey to Her Majesty Madam Virginia Palmer. So let's move on into other news. And news reaching us here is that Ghana's ambassador to Egypt, that is Lieutenant General Obed Boama Akwa, has donated $1,000 to the Black Galaxies ahead of the Total Energies 2023 African Nation Championships in Egypt. The tournament, which will be starting around the 13th day of January 2023, and it will be ending around 4th of February. And because the Black Galaxies are currently camping in Egypt, the ambassador of Ghana to Egypt has taken it upon himself to visit them, and he presented that money to them. And this is what he had to tell them. I quote, as he said, "Set a high aim for yourself and work together to develop a team spirit that will help you fight to the very end. Also, never give up till victory is won. Everything is possible, and let us consider this as a golden opportunity to lift high the flag of Ghana and prove to Africa that we are the best when it comes to football on the continent. Work together as a team. There is teamwork and there is team spirit. Teamwork is mechanical, but team spirit means you want to die for your country. Never give up," he told the Black Galaxies team after he presented the 1,000 Ghana cedis to the Black Galaxies team. We move on to the camp of other folk once again, and Said Suraj has earned a late call-up into the Black Galaxies camp. He was part of the squad that defeated the local side of Nigeria and route into them qualifying to the tournament. He was omitted because of the number of players that other folk have in the camp. And news that we gathered prior to he being dropped from the squad was that if he was to be taken to the tournament, it means other folk will be having more players, and some of their matches will have to be forfeited in the Ghana Premier League, which wasn't good news to the club. That's why they didn't call him. But now that they needed him badly, he has been drafted back into the team. And the Black Galaxies, tomorrow, God willing, that is the 31st day of December, they will be playing against Nadi El Ahly, the giants of Africa, the record winners of African Champions League, the 10 times winners. They will be playing against the Black Galaxies, God willing, tomorrow in Cairo at exactly 2:30 p.m. GMT. That's when the game will be played. Move on to the camp of the Porcupine Warriors. Krobia Asante Kotoko and their former coach current coach of Indiana Stars is in the shape of Paa Kwasi Fabian. Paa Kwasi Fabian have been in charge of Kotoko on 2 occasions, 2 separate ones. The first time was around 2008, and his tenure at the club coincided with one player, Mohamed Gago. And according to the 37-year-old who signed Kotoko in 2008, Mohamed Gago is alleging that Paa Kwasi Fabian told him that he had to give him 5,000 Ghana cedis, around 208, if he want to be selected as part of the players that will be playing in the next game. So as a result, he didn't pay and he later left the club. Paa Kwasi Fabian, in an interview with Dan Kwakuyabwa, has come out to debunk and defute said claims by Mohamed Gago, who is the younger brother of the former communication director of the Black Star, that's Sani Dara. And according to him, he never took any money from that is Mohamed Gago to give him a playing time in the team Asante Kotoko. Still in the camp of Asante Kotoko, one player that they've been following for some months now and since last season is Kofi Agbesima. Kofi Agbesima is one talented center back, a stalwart as such, who also knows how to execute penalties with perfection. He has scored 2 penalties against Kotoko this season, one in the MTN FA Cup and also in the Ghana Premier League when they won by 2-0 against the Porcupine Warriors when they played in Bechim. And since they are looking at offloading some of the center backs, and the only reliable one that they can count on being Yusuf Mubarak because they've lost Ismail Abdulganiu, they've followed him for quite some time, and that's Kofi Agbesima. News reaching out is that the player is skeptical about playing for Kotoko, and the club that he wants to play for is that is out of folk. He has said it on numerous occasions that he wants to play for that is Hearts of Folk. So Kotoko has to up their game if only they want to get a signature of Kofi Agbesima to augment their defense, because for me, if they are to get him, to go a long way to aid them in their backline because they are lacking in that department. It's so in the camp of the Black Stars, Kudus Mohammed has become a hot cake. Almost each and every player or each and every club in the world currently is chasing the signature of Mohamed Kudus. Ghanaian talented winger, sensation, attacking midfielder, striker, any position that you place him, he will do a decent job for you. According to report that we are gathering, is that now the team leading the chase for Kudus Mohammed is Borussia Dortmund. We told you about Juventus planning on bidding around 45 million euros for him. Liverpool have expressed interest. Man United, Arsenal, and a whole lot of clubs have expressed their interest in Kudus Mohammed. But as of today, the team leading the chase for him is Borussia Dortmund. Let's move on into the camp of other folk, and this might be our last story for today. Mamani Lawali is a Nigerian international. He came to other folk about some 3 seasons ago. He couldn't cut it, and because of injuries, he was taken aback. Last year, other folk took him to South Africa to work on his injury. Upon recovering from his injury situation, now his contract is over. The club thought of giving him a new contract because they spent a lot of money on him. So they were trying to get something out of him, at least some playing time, and see whether he can be able to repay their trust that they had in him. But Zlatko Matic have declined to that offer, saying that he does not see him in his plans, so he should be let go of. So Mamani Lawali is not part of the Alifo club going forward. His contract his contract has ended. So as a result, he is not part of the Alifo club again. He is out of the club, just like Fatah Mohammed and Mohammed Al Hassan. This is where we will end today's version of the MOS. Let us know your thoughts on the stories that we brought you today. Please help out by subscribing to the channel, because each and every day we bring the latest news that's happening around Ghana football. Thank you for joining us and thanks for subscribing. Adios, gracias, muchas, bye bye.